Good morning, everyone. Yes, if you wonder about that, it's a tattoo. Oh, there goes Ivy. Good morning, Ivy. Good morning, girl. Yes, you're such a good girl. Oh, there she goes again. Not interesting enough. She's out running, barking, having fun. She's really young still. Oh, back up. She's gotten used to us now. She just comes and says hello. It's a dog's language. All right. Yes, so we found some while cleaning up our art stuff up there. I found some tattoos and we all had fun putting tattoos on. Yeah, they come off, but they're really resilient. I have to say, it's a good set of tattoos. So we went for that treasure hunt. Yes, we did. And then later on, we all got hooked again. Storage Wars. We all started watching again. It got to the point where my older grandson says, "Mom, Grozy, can you just turn that on again to that? That's interesting. All the stuff that they found besides." So we went down to the creek. And it's amazing when you live with great people together in a community, because a little farther down, when you follow the creek, you can get out of the creek, and someone has mows every year. They go around and they mow all these little trails into the thickets, and it's really great because you can walk, and the kids love it. They love the just adventure through the woods, and as I said, on a nice path. Yes, and had great fun doing that. Then we went back, found some great sticks. One of them looks like a cobra, so we're gonna make like a snake out of that stick. Yeah, it's fun. It's just fun stuff to work on. I like to teach the boys a little bit more about whittling, so I'm looking at some whittling knives for children that actually work or something. Yeah, well, you could just give them. I didn't bring all my Swiss Army knives I have, which are great for them to just start. Yeah, well, yeah. But they gotta practice with the real stuff too. They're 8 years old. I did stuff like that. Gosh, probably earlier than them already. Yeah. Now with everything so, gotta be careful. Which I am all for it. Yes, yeah. But yes. So anyway, so. So we're gonna whittle all our own walking sticks. I've got mine already, so they all want one too now. And, oh my gosh, so much fun to make a nice looking walking stick. You make your own with all kinds of different stuff then on it. And anyway, I need to bring that. I have this tool that you can plug in, and you can burn stuff into it as well, right? Yes, yeah. I left it all there at the farm, and I didn't think I needed it. It's a 3-hour drive, 6 hours round trip. So anyway, next time. Well, I'm going to be here for a while, so anyway. Then we went the other way and got to the deep part. I said, "Oh my gosh, guys, what is that? That's a chair." And there's one part where a tree had fallen over the creek. You can go either under it or over top of it. It's a big tree. And it's been there, it was there last year, and stuff gets collected in it, especially after a big old rain like we had. And there was a chair. I said, "Hey guys, look, there's a chair. It looks pretty good. Looks like it's all there." And they go, "Yeah, we saw that the last time when we were down there, but I didn't go walking with them. They just went on their own, and they were sinking in so deep that they got afraid and into the mud. It's really soft mud in some places, and you just start sinking in." And I said, "Yeah, but we couldn't get to it." I said, "I bet you we can get to it." Yeah. I said, "Which way did you go?" And so anyway, So they were up on the bank on the left-hand side, and I just went on through it, and I said, there's a rock right here, a big, huge rock. So with the stick that I had, I could tell where I could walk to get to this chair without sinking in. It was no problem. I pulled it out. It looked perfect. I mean, it was one of those plastic lawn chairs that kind of recline a little bit like this, you know. A great chair. It's sitting right out there. We cleaned it up. And I needed some help, though, to get it, not to get it out. I got that part, but to get it over to the bank. And there was they were so freaked out about sinking in. I'm going, just check where you're walking. It's okay. And so my older granddaughter came out. She helped me get the chair, but she needed then help to get it on the bank. And there they are, the two boys and my younger granddaughter. When we walk in the creek, we have our Crocs on or something. I had my little water shoes on. And the bank got wet. They were just slipping. It was so fun. Flip, here goes one again on its butt. They got so dirty. And then here they tried to get up, right? Instead of just scooting back onto drier, right? They tried to get up there and they flipped at the next one. I'm telling you, I just stood in the water and I just started laughing tears. I said, you guys, I'm telling you, I can't get back out of the water. If you can continue, this is just too funny to watch. And they're like, Rosie, it's not funny. We can't. I said, well, because you use your head. Anyway, we came back. We found some great walking sticks. My granddaughter found some, my younger one found some little things that looked great. They had little treasures, you know. And we brought this chair back. So our treasure hunt in the creek was what? Yes, very successful. And we pulled a big piece of, would become trash eventually, right? And disintegrate. Plastic does get brittle, but this is just in perfect condition, and we cleaned it up really good. Proud. My daughter was watching from the window up there. I guess she wasn't quite as busy working. And she came down, she's just laughing. She said, what do you guys do? Said, yeah, look, we brought it. Just, yeah, I saw that chair coming up the hill. Anyway, what a great day. Great day. It was hot. It was really, really hot. But we all survived it. And the children were exhausted, tuckered out in the evening. The heat does that kind of to you too. But we kept on playing. Yes, spent very little time actually in the house still. But yep. And my granddaughter now, she rides that little bike just like a champ. Yes, wonderful. So there it is. Great day again. I guess one could assume, I'm bringing this up because I saw something where, oh wow, she lives such a great life, this and that, yeah. And of course now I'm bragging about it. Okay. No, that's not what I'm doing. I would hope that this would come across as a encouragement to others, yes, that if you pay attention to your surroundings, not just the negative but the positive that is in your life, if your life is one as a journey with our Heavenly Parent, yes, and includes the Ten Commandments, for example, yes, and you're really trying, yes, to do what? Make life better for your descendants. Yeah? Hope for things that in your life, yeah, I wish I would have had that. I wish that would have gone differently. Well, I did all my part to it, then why didn't, for example, a spouse do the same? At one point when people get together in this day and age, they're in love. Why fall out of love so quickly? Why do they? I'm just asking. So one thing, so why did it, I was there. I was willing to carry the responsibility, the commitment, the joy of it all, and what that goes with it, to have a family, raising children. Why didn't the other party feel the same way? It is what it is, and we make the best out of it. What we hope for, though, is that for our descendants, our own children, if we keep the faith, if we keep advertising Heavenly Parent in the proper way, in a loving way, sustaining way, kind of, then no doubt these foundations will guide our descendants, our children, towards something then that they will have. That's what I'd like to see. That's why when I talk about my own life, my children, my grandchildren, it's not about, oh, look how well I'm doing. It's to encourage others. Look how well you're doing. Concentrate on that. Yes? Right? And see suddenly all the wonderful little things around you that, oh, well, this is great. Yes, I'm just saying. All right, so let's get going. Yeah, something just came to my mind. Yeah, you guys working again. If I remember it, I'll mention it. I have a couple of people I need to respond to something to. I had to just take a step back. Don't even, I already gave my comment. I don't feel like saying anything else. And I said, okay, I always do. I do this when I don't have, or I'm going, this is just going to be a circle of nonsense now. It's becoming something that, no, I'm not going to be pulled into that. Then I step back, I reflect before I react. And often say, okay, Spirit World, if you got something, and sure enough, True Father came through this morning and said, here it is. Here's the answer to what you were asked. Let me answer it. I go, oh, cool. Sounds good to me. There. We're not in this by ourselves. We don't have to be. And sometimes our own environment gets in the way of teaching. Don't let that happen. Yeah? Okay. And then if I remember, I'll say something about the other one. All right. So, we are in the book of Tobit 14, the last chapter. And it is 9, Nineveh. You know, is that 9? No, it's 13. 13 now. What? I'm all confused. 10. Oh, that wasn't 8. That was 11. Zion was 12. It's the Roman numerals in here. It's behind, not in the front, where then you would subtract. And behind, so you add. So 13, super chapter Nineveh, but we're in 14. And it ended, the end of the hymns of Tobit. That was his prayer, a hymn. Tobit died when he was 112 years old. See, I'm going to be 120, I told you. It's still possible. Yeah, well, we'll see. You got to believe. I always had this. I'm going to be at least 100 years. Since a child, I'm going to be at least 100 years old. I was convinced of that. Absolutely convinced I was going to be 100 years old. Then I got older, and then I started going, oh my gosh, I hope I make it to 70. When certain things were told to me about my body and what it was doing and where it was going and what the life expectancy of it could be, okay, which is not, I don't have any weird diseases or something, or kind of a disease or something that, no, it's just the breakdown of my body supposedly goes faster than some others, which means that 100 years old is out then, right? But in a way, it's interesting on how, again, I've managed to, without doctor's interference, this, that, with some pretty serious things, to just overcome that in awareness that, well, okay, this is when you can't walk anymore at all. Because something in your joints is so out of place that you have to say, well, you can't walk like that. You're in so much pain. So what do you do? I mean, when you have to go to the bathroom scooting on the floor to get to it, which I did. Okay, I know it's funny, right? Now it's funny. At that time, oh, believe me, at that time, I'm going, well, how am I going to do this with the least amount of pressure on, that was my knees at that time, on my knees? What am I going to do? Oh, I managed. Oh, you should have seen me. Oh, it was comical. I felt it was comical. There was nobody around watching necessarily. But I'm telling you what, going up and down the steps, if I had to, again, okay, I'm just saying, it was, I just laughed to myself. Yes? I said, oh my gosh, what shape am I in? This is just absolutely terrible. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And it was like this, one day at a time. It was as if one day was 1% where my knees started to stabilize again. And sure enough, it went exactly that way. Eventually, I was able to go back to the barn. And thank God I had the help at that time. Yes, it was there. And now, I'm walking around like a champ again. I'm walking better than... Okay, not like I did before, where I could go and cruise in the woods, this and that, but hey. And I'm amazed over the shape that I am in again. I love it. It's just wonderful. So, yeah, 100 years old. Nah, make it 120. I'm proud of myself and the way I've walked through these difficulties in my life with no one else's, no, I mean, not anybody else being involved in my pain or this. It's just what happened. It happened, and I walked through that. I walked through the hell. Don't get stuck in it. Yes. And again, the way that I found help from spirit world and all that was amazing. I don't think I could have just done it all by myself. I needed the help in the physical from people around me, and then from spirit world. Yes, lots of angels were around me at that time. I can tell you that. Amazing. My life is just amazing when it comes to these kind of things. And I know that everyone else's life can be amazing out there. Yes? Yeah. So, got into it because Tobit died at 112. I'm going to beat you, Tobit. Yes, I got a good reason. Is this for what reason now? I got a lot of books to read here online. Yes. Tobit, well, the last part, you're right here, aren't you? Oh, interesting. And received an honorable burial in Nineveh. He had been 62 when he went blind. Oh, well, there you go. Look at there. And after his cure, he lived in comfort, practicing almsgiving and continually praising God and extolling his greatness. When he was at the point of death, he summoned his son Tobias and gave him these instructions. My son, take your children and hurry away to Media, since I believe the word of God pronounced over Nineveh by Nahum. Oh, that's an odd one. What's going on? Who is Nahum? Did I miss something? I guess I did. Everything will come true. Everything happened that the emissaries of God, the prophets of Israel, have predicted against Assyria and Nineveh. Not one of their words will prove empty. I think we are missing something here. What were these prophecies? It will all take place in due time. You will be safer in Media than in Assyria or in Babylonia. Since I, for my part, know and believe that everything God has said will come true, so it will be, and not a word of the prophecies will fail. Okay. Sounds to me Tobit's really worried when he's not there anymore, right? Yes, I got it. It's okay. Oh, who woke up? Good morning, my dear grandson. How are you? Did you sleep well? Okay. Is Sis awake yet? Still sleeping. A census will be taken of our brothers living in the land of Israel, and they will be exiled far from their own fair country. The entire territory of Israel will become a desert, and Samaria and Jerusalem will become a desert, and the house of God for a time will be laid waste and burnt. Then once again God will take pity on them and bring them back to the land of Israel. They will rebuild his house, although it will be less beautiful than the first, until the time is fulfilled. But after this, all will return from captivity and rebuild Jerusalem in all her glory. And the house of God will be rebuilt within her, as the prophets of Israel have foretold. Again. I don't have much to say to this. I wasn't there. I'm missing some information here, so now I can't really. What? But it seems like God's being pulled into something again that Heavenly Parent doesn't have anything to do with that. It's just how people are, and it seems Tobit's really afraid when once he's gone, then Tobias is left on his own, continuing his father's what? Work? Stepping into his father's footsteps, but he's going to be on his own. And Tobit already knew, had already gone, experienced, amazing, what did I talk about before? On what that could mean with the people around. Well, here she is. Good morning. There comes my daughter too. Who? Yeah, she's still out.
Do you want to do either the library or...
Ooh, well, Danny is going. Do I want to take them? Would you bring us all that? Or? Well, ask the children what they want to do. Ask them.
Well, just making sure that's okay.
Yeah, sure. I haven't been to a theater in forever. Hope the fun continues. It's going to be hot again. And, yeah, when you love your children, obviously this was a wonderful family. They really stuck together, helped each other out. And Tobit wants to make sure that Tobias will be safe, right? Yeah? So, yeah, anyway. I don't know. So there's okay, you need to move. You have to leave. You have to leave after I pass away. You have to leave, but let's continue on reading first. And he gave him hope at the same time. It's not just running. There is a light at the end of this tunnel. And all the people of the whole... Yes?
Guess what?
Well, guess what?
I have a book bag right here and right here.
You got another one right there too? Let me see. Down here? No. Let's see what?
Right here.
Oh.
And right here.
Yeah. Don't scratch too much, huh?
I know.
Yeah, okay. That poor little one. She just gets... The bugs love her. All right, so where were we here? And all the people of the whole earth will be converted and will and will reverence God with all sincerity. Huh. It's not right in there. All will renounce their false gods who have led them astray into error, and will bless the God of ages in uprightness. Is that true? Did that happen? I believe so. Because, yes, at that time, all kinds of these gods, right? That then later on they sprang up. There was more that sprang up, in different cultures and as whatever. And yeah, they're still making movies about them.
Gracie, can Daddy tell me what to do if I'm not dressed?
Oh, to tell you to go and get dressed. Well, what do you want to do? Depends on what you want to do. He's your older brother. Why don't you go and get dressed, get ready for the day? Huh? He doesn't. If it's something that makes sense, you should listen to your older brother. If she's not doing anything, then she's fine. She's just sitting there, still waking up. She doesn't have to get dressed. But if you want to start riding a bike or whatever, then you probably should go and get dressed. What do you think? Huh? Sometimes brother has some good ideas, right? Yes? I have an idea. How about you go and you fix us up some bagels with cream cheese? For breakfast? What do you think? That sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. And Rosie will be up in a little bit to help you. Get a banana and cut it in 3 pieces.
I know.
For every. How would you know? I just told you. Huh? And go and fix a bagel with cream cheese. You get a half. Ben gets a half. Danny gets a whole one. She doesn't like it folded up. She likes it open both sides. Then put jam on Ben's, right? You can always have more if you want more after you're done eating your half, okay? We just don't want to waste it. Sounds good?
But I get a whole bagel. Just one.
You get a half. You get a half, but Abby, did you hear what I just said? You can always have another half if you feel like eating another half, okay? You just don't want to waste it so it lasts longer.
Why do you only give me half?
Because you're not eating a whole bagel. I haven't seen you eat a whole bagel in a long time.
I can eat a whole bagel.
Just get a half and put the other half aside. Oh, now you guys gonna play? All right. Well, then Grozy will fix breakfast in a little bit.
I got a
Okay.
police car. Bad guy.
We're gonna play cops and robbers. We're gonna have a street car. We have a car race. All right, go on.
I'm driving away.
Okay, listen. Grozy's gonna finish reading here. Okay, either go play inside.
This is so funny for me, but.
Go play inside for another 5 or 10 minutes. Grozy will be there soon. They woke up a little earlier today than I was hoping for. Well, it makes it more interesting for you guys. So the gods. Which god, more or less, for 75%, I say 75% of the population on Earth still exists? And where are all the other ones? You can't even put them in history books. They're just, what? Fantasy stuff. Yeah, there you go. So Tobit wasn't wrong. If you look at the whole picture today, we can see. All right. Well, that sure came true. I don't think that Tobit needs to follow any kind of prophets. He's got it right himself. All the Israelites spared in those days will remember God in sincerity of heart. They will come and gather in Jerusalem and thereafter dwell securely in the land of Abraham, which will be theirs. And those who sincerely love God will rejoice, and those who commit sin and wickedness will vanish from the earth. And now, my children, I lay this duty on you. Serve God sincerely and do what is pleasing to Him. And lay on your children the obligation to behave uprightly, to give alms, to keep God in mind, and to bless His name always sincerely and with all their might. Hang on a second. Who's he talking to now? Oh, so this was part of the prophecies. Oh, okay. That's what he's telling Tobias now. So these weren't really his own words. This is what was given to the people by some prophets. We don't really know who they are. Nahum, Nahum, no idea who that is. Okay, well, we found one that I have to say, after all these thousands of years, I'd say, yeah, that sure came true. Huh? Really, when it comes down to it, it's true. Think about it. So then my son leave Nineveh. Ah, you see that positive right there? What was that? Okay. So then my son leave Nineveh. Do not stay here. As soon as you have buried your mother next to me, go the same day, whenever it may be, and do not linger in this country where I see wickedness and perfidy unashamedly triumphant. So he's not going to leave right away. He's going to wait. Again, I love it on how Tobit always includes his wife. Tobias' mother. He wants the right thing done by her as well. So he's not saying, oh, as soon as I pass away, you go. No, after his mother has passed. So there's some time to leave and to get ready. Right? Now Tobias has time to get ready. Probably the mom was really old too and ailing. This probably wasn't going to take that long. Maybe, I don't know. But I love that. As I said, there's a real nifty balance going on here that I very much enjoy reading about. And he wants his wife buried next to him. Consider, my child, all the things done by Nadab to his foster father Ahikar. Huh? Was not Ahikar forced to go underground, though still a living man? Now what is that all about? But God made the criminal pay for his outrage before his victim's eyes, since Ahikar came back to the light of day, while Nadab went down to everlasting darkness in punishment for plotting against Ahikar's life. Because of his good works, Ahikar escaped the deadly snare Nadab had laid for him, and Nadab fell into it to his own ruin. So, my children, you see what comes of almsgiving and what wickedness leads to. I mean, to death. But now, breath fails me. They laid him back on his bed. He died and was buried with honor. I have no idea what this is with Ahikar and Nadab. Did I miss something again? Did I forget something? I have no idea. Maybe it'll come up later. Ahikar sounds familiar. When his mother died, Tobias buried her beside his father. Then he left for Media with his wife and children. He lived in Ecbatana. Wife and children, not wives and children. You see, I know the stuff like that. He lived in Ecbatana with Raguel, his father-in-law. He treated the aging parents of his wife with every care and respect, and later buried them in Ecbatana in Media. Tobias inherited the patrimony of Raguel, besides that of his father Tobit. Much honored, he lived to the age of 117 years. Before he died, he witnessed the ruin of Nineveh. He saw the Ninevites taken prisoner and deported to Media by Cyaxares, king of Media. Huh. Oh, he was already in Media. Ah, well. Tobit, good move. He blessed God for everything he inflicted on the Ninevites and Assyrians. Now, we don't do that. Before his death, he had the opportunity of rejoicing over the fate of Nineveh, and he blessed the Lord God forever and ever. Amen. That's the end of the book of Tobit. Now, that last part again, right? Okay. What did I start out with? Oh, it sounds like I'm bragging, like I'm having this great life. No, I'm not doing it because of that. I'm doing it to encourage other people to go, look around you. If you truly follow in the footsteps of Jesus, yes, and we should. That's why are we here, right? Yes, to read the New Testament, to follow the guidance of the Ten Commandments, and then the Lord's Prayer. All now I'm following true parents as well, yes, who are in actual footsteps of Jesus. Then look around you and see what life has really actually all given you. Restoring what needs to be restored, which means not everything's going to go hunky-dory. And even when it all is restored, it's not going to go all hunky-dory. We're still going to have to learn on how to deal with our emotions when it comes to certain things. Yes? Yeah. Oh, and here comes the oldest one. Good morning.
Morning.
They're all waking up. I'm going to come and make some breakfast here in a moment. Everybody has come and stuck their head out. Nice. Yes. I can't. We've got some wars going on. People are on one side or the other for one reason or another. Do they actually know why? I'm looking at this whole situation, and all I can think of is all the families there on either side. It doesn't matter. And what are we doing out there? I can't just support one side or the other, because there are innocent lives, just common people who are moms, dads, wives, husbands, children, grandparents, just men and women. Just live. They were born there. They live as they live, and they try. And they're good people. And then there are the ones that just can't. I don't know. What's the problem of just living peacefully together? So, yeah. Oh, if one attacks, hey, I get it. I understand that. That's not it. But to wish because, that side attacked. So that side, we need to help the side that defends. Okay. And then when we get them all, that's not right. How is that right? Again, what did I just say? There are families living there with children just like we got here going. How can one rejoice over the fall of another people? Did you hear what I just said? Of another people. Not just, how often are the kings and queens and the presidents afflicted by that? Huh? How often do they lose someone in their family when it comes to all that stuff? Huh? Now they're too busy killing each other. Isn't it always the same? Even today. If you want to pull politics into it, look at what's going on in all them governments. Instead of just, gosh, we're paid to work for the better of the people. What are they doing? Huh? Degrading each other, slandering each other, right? Yeah, depends on what side you're on. Yes? Okay. Bring one down with false rumors, this, that, just because you don't like which party he's in. What kind of stupid thing is that? Instead of working together for the better of the people of the country, that then can also ripple out to the rest of the world. We're not there yet, are we? Anyway, so this last part, I find very, very sad in there. Yet, at that time, I don't know. It's the same still at this time. You haven't figured out yet on how to truly pray. Would you pray for the downfall of one or another nation in this country? Would you? Just asking. Yes. Oh, really quick. Someone told me, my sixth sense has opened up, and I hope you will have this awakening. Excuse me? Sadly, it's a good sister in faith. used to have. Now she's kind of gone over to some cult. Other cult. And beliefs in war, weapons, crowns, and I don't know what. Very sad to me. And I just asked the question. She goes, well, my sixth sense doesn't exist. We have 5 spiritual senses as we have 5 physical senses. That's it. There's no 6th one around. And again, I'd say, yep, you're still stuck in some kind of a something, and it's really difficult to respond to that in a way, because some awakening's better than none. Beware when you do have spiritual experiences. You've got to be able to organize them as you organize certain other things in your life, and make sure that you're listening to the proper parties. Yes? I'm just saying. All right. Well, that's all I have to share this morning. The last book of Tobit. Now we're in Judith. Ooh. Yeah, let's just read a little something here. Let's just see where we're going with it. Huh? Like, excite ourselves. Story of the triumph of faithful Jewry over the embattled forces of evil. Judith means merely the Jewess. Oh. And she personifies the true daughter of Israel. So Judith wasn't really... Oh. Ooh. Interesting, considering. Oh. Well, aren't you guys something? Ha! You know? What did I say? This is foundation. And I just came across something in there. We'll get into it. Oh! That... Okay, and then... No. Oh, okay. I better not go farther into that. But looks like it's going to be exciting. Now I'm saying that. I have to prepare myself for what? Disappointment. One has to keep remembering, and if you believe in the Bible as a foundation of restoration, that in the Garden of Eden there were 2 that fell. Yes, there's Adam as the subject, and there is Eve as the object. And since we are created as individuals, and someone said, no, not individual, forget it. I am an individual. I am absolutely 100% an individual. I don't care if it's man or woman, even a child. Everyone's created as an individual to begin with. And as Adam, right, we have Jesus. Of course, the subject needs to be restored first. It has to become stronger. Adam was really weak, so we got Jesus. Adam was really weak in the Garden of Eden. I'm not sure why that... Okay, I'm not going to go there right now. But and it was so easy, it seemed like, for Eve to just give him the story that Lucifer gave her, and Adam was, well, yeah, let's do that. Even though he knew that, wait a minute, who are you listening to? And stop Eve. Go, no, we're not doing that. Now we need to go to God and figure out what happened. But he didn't. Anyway, so they both then fell. Yes, yeah. And God said, well, if that's how it is, you don't want to listen. Oh, if you don't want to listen to my guidance, and rather listen to someone else, rather listen to someone that's actually in my service, rather than come to me and find out the answers, then why don't you just go on into the world where that person, that individual, that entity, which was the Archangel Lucifer, That's his domain. That has become his domain now. Go on and live there. See how well you'll do. Because you just... And in Genesis it says that Heavenly Parent made Adam and Eve leave. Out of the Garden of Eden. Yes. But actually what Adam and Eve did is made God leave their life. And because of free will, Heavenly Parent had no other choice but to say, golly, okay. So, there it is. Restoration of, it's amazing to me on how okay, so we're going to get into this other book, and I'm going to see how it's going to go, but on how in the Old Testament, both the restoration of Adam and Eve is already there. The foundations are already laid. Yes? Sadly. Nah, we'll get into that later. I could start talking and talking and talking now. How why bother reading the Bible then? All right. Well, may Heavenly Parent bless and protect you and embrace you with love, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.